In the drywall industry, texture and paint have been the norm for many years. But now we have developed products that are integrally colored, sprayed finishes that give much more abuse resistance, and ArmourFill is the base to this whole concept. In one sprayed application, we can achieve a level 5 surface, have it integrally colored, and be able to receive any of the coatings that are on the market, but it's also designed to receive any of the ArmourTone finishes, which in combination give us a total integrally colored, textured surface that does not need paint. It's much more durable, much less maintenance over time, and therefore a lot of labor savings, both in initial production time and in long-term longevity of the product.
And when you tell someone that you're going to need a level 5 finish in order to put this product over it, they almost cringe because it's a very sore spot in the industry. It's difficult to get to a level 5 finish. So that becomes very apparent when you're in the industry, that it's very difficult to get there. But it's something that's very common. It's something that's called for very often. And that there wasn't something that was an answer to that question made it very apparent that there's room in the market for a product like this.
It should be at least a level 4 finish, and level 4 finish is a tape coat, a bed coat, a finish coat, sanded. And then to come in for the 5th level, I prefer that you take a mop and dust all the walls down. If you have an area that's totally over sanded, you can even take a sponge mop to try to lay that paper down if it's sticking out too much. And then after that, come through with the product. I believe in spraying the product, your first coat, to be heavy enough to where it's completely covered, and then cross-hatch it with the second coat to where you achieve at least a 16 mil wet thickness.
And one of the key benefits being 100% acrylic based, ArmourFill is much more durable than competitive products that are typically made from more drywall compound type materials.
Most other types of these products that are on the market, the spray applied level 5 products, they kind of have drywall compound as their backbone, and they've been modified from there. But we feel what has really set ArmourFill apart from that is we started off with our kind of proven high performance products, and we've modified those in order to get the level 5 characteristics that we were looking for. So that's given us a lot more flexibility when it comes to the formulation itself. It's given us a lot more performance, and it's helped us to kind of sidestep those shortcomings that are common to those types of finishes that are based on drywall joint compound. We started working with the concept of 100% acrylic high build finish, and it was designed primarily for use over concretes in those types of substrates in order to level them out. So we basically started off with that as our backbone, a very high performance finish product that we were then able to modify in order to make it sprayable and to achieve the kind of surface characteristics that are needed for a level 5. For one, it's very moisture resistant, very abuse resistant, and that's something that those types of finishes haven't even really considered yet. So we know that that's going to open up a lot more possibilities.
I feel that the best equipment, it's going to have to be an airless sprayer, so you atomize the product, and what that's going to do is let it lay down smoother where it don't have as much stipple. So you need at least an airless, it'll do 1.5 gallons a minute. Product you get with the spray on compared to the product you get with rolling mud on, you can't hardly compare the two because of the finish results.
We feel that has allowed us to achieve a much better finish, much flatter, and at the same time we have a lot more finish characteristics where it's much harder, it's fully tintable, which also helps it to be used as a primer as well.
I've really found this helpful when we go in and say you have a half a dozen patches on the wall. Part of the wall's high gloss paint, and then you got drywall mud, all these different variations. You may have some wallpaper that's come off. There's a little bit of glue on there. You clean that off, so you could have possibly 4 or 5 different surfaces that you're trying to make when you put your paint on all dry at one time. And these products are excellent, the best I've ever seen for that.
ArmourFill, which is the base product for the whole ArmourTone line, is a level 5 surfacer. It's 100% acrylic based, which makes it tintable, which means that it can be used as a primer. Its application is done in a spray method that will be achieved in just one pass over the wall. It is much higher productivity in that it achieves the level 5 surface with a minimal stippling and also virtually eliminates sanding. When you factor in not having to sand it when it's finished, the amount of cleanup, and other things that contribute highly to the production, which also saves time in total production on a construction site, which time is money.